We know him as New York police boss Frank Reagan, but American actor Tom Selleck had a pretty amazing career before he got that role as the Reagan family's dad. Tom Selleck became famous in the 1980s for playing Thomas Magnum in the hit TV show Magnum P.I., which got him lots of big awards during its time on TV. His role as the Hawaiian shirt-wearing detective was super iconic. But did you know there are two other famous roles that the actor almost played? Also, have you heard what the actor said about Blue Blood's ending, even though it was really successful? If you want to know more about the actor and the answers to these questions, then you better keep watching to find out more. Before we answer the big question, let's first look at how it all started. The actor was born Thomas William Selleck on January 29, 1945 in Detroit, Michigan, to his parents, Martha and Robert Dean Selleck. His mother stayed home to take care of the family while his father worked as a boss in real estate investing. Selleck has an older brother named Robert, a younger sister named Martha, and a younger brother called Daniel. Even though the actor was born in Michigan, the Nice family moved 3 years later in 1946 to Sherman Oaks, California, where he grew up. Growing up, the future actor went to Grant High School and after finishing school decided to leave home and save money by going to Los Angeles Valley College. Selleck was already a really tall 6'4" guy during his teenage years, getting lots of attention because of his height. With that said, he decided to use it to help himself by switching schools and playing for the University of Southern California's Trojan men's basketball team during his third year. And that's not all there is to our guy. Tom Selleck was pretty good at sports in his younger years because besides playing basketball, he also played as not only the pitcher but also the main hitter for the university's baseball team. He was quite the well-rounded guy since he was also a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity and a member of the Trojan Knights. Even with all these after-school activities, Selleck didn't really fall in love with any of them. It wasn't until his drama teacher suggested that he try acting that things changed. During that time, Tom Selleck was studying for a degree in business at the university, but he dropped it during his final year to chase acting full-time. Selleck decided to sign up at the famous Beverly Hills Playhouse and learned from Greek director and producer Milton Katselas. While there, he learned how to act, practicing his skills that turned out to be really useful later on. He would have gone ahead and tried to make it in the acting business, but he had to stop when he got a draft notice during the Vietnam War. Like every American, Tom Selleck answered the call and joined the National Coast Guard, where he served in the 160th Infantry Regiment for 6 years from 1967 to 1973. In the last 2 years of his military service, Tom Selleck was already trying to get into the acting business. He got a bunch of small roles at the beginning of his career, and his first TV appearance was on the American game show, The Dating Game, as a college student, back in 1965 and 1967. From there he got a few commercial and modeling jobs. He even became a model for Pepsi-Cola at one point. That was not his last time as a model, because Tom Selleck also became the face of Salem cigarettes and one of Revlon's cologne back in the day. People really wanted to hire the actor, which doesn't really surprise us given how charming he was. The actor went on to take more jobs, such as the one in 1971, when he appeared in a commercial for Right Guard deodorant, followed by a job alongside Farrah Fawcett for Duet in 1972. That same year, he was also in a commercial for Safeguard deodorant soap, and in 1977, he promoted the toothpaste Close-Up. All these early commercials helped make way for his future success. Tom Selleck made his movie debut in the American comedy Mirror at Breckenridge, where he was invited on set by the multi-talented icon, Mae West. From there he played a bunch of small roles in other movies, like in the 1971 drama, The 7 Minutes, a repeating role as a private detective in the Rockford Files in the 1970s, and the American mystery thriller, Coma, back in 1978. His first starring role was in the 1972 horror film, Daughters of Satan, where he played the role of the American Museum worker James Robertson. Tom Selleck also got to play cowboy roles, which came naturally to him since he was someone who loved the outdoors, shooting, and collecting guns. He acted in 5 Western films called The Sackets, Concrete Cowboys, The Shadow Riders, Quigley Down Under, and Last Stand at Sabre River. His performance in one of these won him the Western Heritage Award in 1997. From playing extras to small talking roles up to the starring role, Tom Selleck built up quite an impressive list of acting work. Still, it wasn't until he got the role of Thomas Magnum that he became a name. Everyone knew he beat the odds and was chosen as the actor to play the main role in the series right after filming 6 other TV pilot episodes that never got picked up. Selleck getting this big job just goes to show that whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. In case you don't know who Thomas Magnum was, he's no ordinary detective. A former Navy SEAL who served in the Vietnam War, he left it all behind and traded it for a Hawaiian shirt and a Ferrari 308 GTS to live his life as a private detective in a sunny paradise. Gone are his military uniforms, but his sharp mind stayed the same. using it along with military tricks to solve crimes while wearing his famous mustache and Detroit Tigers cap. Magnum P.I. had a pretty successful 8-year run, and by the time the show ended in 1988, it was already called one of the top-rated one-hour shows in rerun history, which just goes to show how popular it stayed years later. Tom Selleck revealed that if he had his way, the Magnum film would have picked up right where the series left off, meaning Magnum would have returned to the Navy and become a good officer. This was before the Magnum P.I. reboot happened, and Selleck says he's been waiting to see if there are any producers interested in making a Magnum film. He remembered that none of them called or reached out to him, showing his disappointment since he was more than happy to help them out with it. I'm guessing they'd recast him and he'd be a 17-year-old kid. But a good movie shouldn't be a reunion show where everybody sees how everyone's aged. It should fill you in on what has happened, Selleck said at the time. Apart from playing Thomas Magnum and Frank Reagan, there was one other role Tom Selleck stood out in, playing the role of Richard Burke, the charming but complicated older boyfriend of Monica in the 90s hit sitcom Friends during its second season. In this series, his character was a divorced eye doctor and a friend of Monica's parents, showing the age gap between the two but still stressing how they have an undeniable connection and great chemistry because of their age gap. Richard and Monica kept their relationship a secret, but in the end, they didn't end up together because of his uncertainty about having children, which left a lasting impression. He was only in it for 6 episodes, and Tom Selleck's agents told him not to join the sitcom, but it turned out for the better because the actor got an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series in 2004, his role as Richard. This just proved that he's a flexible actor who could take on any type of show, whether it's action, drama, or comedy. In 2005, he took on the role of Jesse Stone, a transplanted lawman in a series made for TV, based on the novels written by Robert B. Parker. The series ran for 9 movies in which he not only played the main role but also worked as its producer. In its 5th movie, Jesse Stone, Thin Ice, the actor showed off his skills as a writer, creating an original story that was really liked by the fans. In 2007, he made a big return to TV drama when he joined the cast of the NBC drama Las Vegas. In its 5th season, he took on the role of A.J. Cooper, the new owner of the Montecito Casino, which also marked his first regular drama role since his time as Thomas Magnum. The actor's performance was as impressive as always, and he managed to smoothly fill the empty spot left by James Caan, who left the show in the same episode. Good-looking as he is, it's no surprise that Tom Selleck was quite the heartthrob back in his prime, though he's still charming, even now in his later years. With that said, the handsome actor got married in 1971 with an equally attractive lady at his side, former American actress and model Jacqueline Ray. This was Selleck's first wedding, and at the time, he also adopted her son, Kevin Shepard, who grew up to become the drummer of Tonic, an American rock band. The actor's marriage to his first wife lasted for a good 11 years, before they went their separate ways in 1982. It didn't take long for Tom Selleck to fall in love again, so he found himself waiting at the altar as his second wife. Jilly Joan Mack walked down the aisle on August 7, 1987. Together, they have a daughter named Hannah, who was born on December 16, 1988. So what else is there to know about the actor? You ask? A lot of things. You'd be surprised to know the long list of interests he has, as well as his thoughts on the ending of his hit TV series Blue Bloods. Tom Selleck is a man of many interests, which is clear even from his younger years. In college, he was a member of the basketball and baseball teams, and as we mentioned earlier, he's someone who loves the outdoors. Some other sports he likes are indoor and beach volleyball, and he even played as the outside hitter for the Outrigger Canoe Club in Honolulu. He was such a key player that Dennis Berg, one of his teammates back when he was still active, couldn't help but talk excitedly about him in an interview with Volleyball USA back in 2011. According to Berg, the actor was a great teammate even though he was busy filming Magnum P.I. at the time. Berg added that Selleck appreciated being included in such a talented group, which is why he practiced hard and played his best. In addition to that, Tom Selleck was also patient with everyone, enjoying the huge crowds at national tournaments, which is very different from the actor's usual smaller gatherings that consist of friends and family. Another sport that he really enjoys is ice hockey. He goes to games when he has the chance and is regularly seen attending Los Angeles Kings games at Staples Center in downtown LA. Playing baseball wasn't enough for him back in college, so when he had the money, he bought and became a minority owner of his favorite team since childhood, the Detroit Tigers. Being a minority owner came in handy when Tom Selleck was cast in the 1992 movie Mr. Baseball. To train for the role, he reached out to the team and got the chance to train with them. During spring training, the actor threw himself into the role and spent 3 weeks participating in batting practice and even making an exhibition appearance against the Cincinnati Reds. During the game, the Detroit Tigers then-manager Sparky Anderson made a surprising decision and called Selleck to be their pinch hitter. And even though he struck out after hitting 3 foul balls, What he gained that day was a priceless experience. Not only did it make his performance in the film better, but it also gave him a deeper understanding of professional baseball. This hands-on training experience definitely shaped his portrayal of a seasoned baseball player in Mr. Baseball. This American actor already cemented his career as Thomas Magnum and Frank Reagan. But did you know Tom Selleck also almost played an iconic character if only the producers of Magnum P.I. had allowed him to take on other projects? For those of you who don't know, Tom Selleck was actually George Lucas's first choice when he was offered the role of the witty and sarcastic adventurer, Indiana Jones. In the end, the role went to Harrison Ford, and the rest was history. But at least both men became iconic figures in their own ways. The interesting thing about the whole situation was that Magnum P.I.'s shooting was delayed for over 6 months because of writer strikes, and had he taken on the role of Indiana Jones, he would have finished filming by the time the series was about to shoot. But that's just how life works. And fortunately for Tom Selleck, he was able to take on the role of Thomas Magnum for 8 seasons. "Look, I made a deal with Magnum and it was the best thing that ever happened to me," Selleck admitted in an interview with Build Series back in 2017. "I'm proud that I lived up to my contract, and some people said, you've got to get into a car and drive into a brick wall and get injured and get out of Magnum and do Raiders. I said I got to look my mom and dad in the eye, and we don't do that. So I did Magnum. That's not so bad, is it?" Do you know what's even more interesting? Indiana Jones wasn't the only iconic role Tom Selleck was offered, and had he chosen to play this character, it would have changed the direction of his career. Besides the adventurous Indiana Jones, Tom Selleck was also offered the main role of Mitch Buchanan in the popular TV series Baywatch, but the former stayed away from the role, saying he didn't want to be seen as a sex symbol. In the end, David Hasselhoff got the role. By now, we all know that Tom Selleck is not only a man dedicated to his work, he's also mindful of his surroundings and everyone around him. These characteristics of his didn't go unnoticed, making him the recipient of various awards and recognition. For one, he received an honorary doctorate from Pepperdine University in 2000, and he also actively promoted good values through his involvement with the Joseph and Edna Josephson Institute of Ethics. Tom Selleck is also the recipient of various awards, such as his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1986 and the Golden Plate Award from the American Academy of Achievement in 1989. Who would have thought that the actor playing the NY police commissioner would actually have trouble with the law? Not us. But it was not for causing harm to others, rather, it was because of water problems. Yes, you heard that right. It happened back in 2015 during California's worst drought on record. At the time, the Caliguas Municipal Water District sued the actor, accusing him of transferring over 1.4 million gallons of water from their district to the Hidden Valley District to water his avocado farm. Though he did not admit wrongdoing, the case was settled with a $21,685.55 payment to the Caliguas district, covering their investigation costs. At least it wasn't over something violent. We can't really blame the man for taking care of his own farm. Tom Selleck may be old and graying, but the actor still has some energy to keep him going, as Frank Reagan in Blue Bloods. In fact, the man probably could have continued playing this character for years to come, but sadly, all things must come to an end. The first part is already airing this February, and is set to wrap up with a bang, but not before expressing his heartfelt feelings for the show and its fans. For the past 13 years, it has been an honor and a privilege to work on a show that not only celebrates the men and women who protect and serve in New York City, but also displays the importance of family, the actor said in a statement when the series ending was announced. "Working alongside these incredible actors, writers, producers, directors, and crew has been a dream come true, and I'm grateful to have been a part of this extraordinary group for over 275 episodes. Thank you to CBS Studios and CBS Network for their steadfast support, and we offer heartfelt gratitude to the fans who gathered with us for dinner every Friday night." In an interview with TV Insider, Tom Selleck got honest and shared some of his thoughts about what he was most proud of about the show. Selleck says that he takes pride in playing a flawed but strong father on television. In commercials, Dad is usually the idiot, Selleck tells TV Insider. "It's not my mission on the show, but the byproduct is an example of an important patriarch to the family that's getting rarer in our culture." Hearing him say this about Blue Bloods, we can't help but remember how 13 years ago he still couldn't wrap his head around playing a nonsense police commissioner. In an interview with Weekend Entertainment back in 2010, Selleck said that he found the role challenging, especially since he had to play someone much older compared to his role as Magnum back then. His role as Frank Reagan aside. One other thing that he believes contributed to the success is the Reagan family's weekly dinner. Tom Selleck says that it's their viewers' favorite part of the show. At first, he was surprised to see that the whole dinner scene consisted of 8 pages when Leonard Goldberg, the show's executive producer, showed it to him. Seeing how it was long, the actor thought that they would cut it, But to his surprise, Goldberg said that the dinner scene would serve as the centerpiece of the show, and man, he was right about that. Despite taking on the role of Frank Reagan, for the last 13 years, Tom Selleck is nowhere near ready to say goodbye to Blue Bloods. He revealed to TV Insider that the network CBS will soon find out how many people actually love Blue Bloods and that many of them aren't ready to say goodbye to the show as well. For one, the actor believes that Blue Bloods is more popular than ever, and he has a firm belief that the number of viewers will only continue to increase. And most importantly, they still have more ideas in the bag. When asked if he was ready to settle at his Ventura, California ranch, the actor wasn't too keen on living the slow life. As far as acting is concerned, Selleck admits that he loves the work, even if he admits that it's a bit harder since he's now older. He expressed his firm wish to continue to work as long as they wanted him to. What's not surprising about this is that even he says his character Frank isn't ready to retire from the show. He picks fights because he'd like somebody to take the weight of this responsibility off his hands and fire him. Selleck says about his character, but he has a hyperactive sense of responsibility, and he's stuck with it, although Tom Selleck expressed that he's still ready to continue working in the industry. Several insiders dropped the scoop on what the actor plans to do now that his retirement is getting closer. According to insiders, the actor may hang up his badge real soon and trade it for a quieter life on his avocado ranch in California so he can spend more time with his beloved wife. Jilly, we wouldn't blame him if he chose to do this. After all, tending the 65-acre property could take up a lot of work. Located in the Thousand Oaks Westlake Village area, it was believed that famous American icon and singer Dean Martin was the previous owner of it. Having many properties is pretty common if you're a Hollywood Alistair, but Tom Selleck really loves this ranch and he has nothing but good things to say about it, as evidenced in his 2012 interview with People. So I like to get outside and work on the ranch. From fixing roads to clearing brush. I hate going to the gym, so sweating outdoors sure beats sitting on a stationary bike staring at my navel. And I work cheaper than anyone I could hire to do it. Back to the rumors of his retirement plans, the insiders also shared that Tom Selleck is already looking forward to spending more time outdoors on his ranch and spending more quality time with his wife and daughter Hannah, the latter of whom is a successful horse rider now at the age of 35. Besides that, we're also looking forward to his upcoming book scheduled for release on May 7th, titled You Never Know. In the book, the actor takes readers on a walk through his life, from his California roots and college days to being shot to stardom. In it, he not only celebrates his victories but also opens up about the challenges and temptations he faced along the way. Fans are already looking forward to reading his memoir because the book promises to clear up misconceptions as well as surprise them with many untold stories, both personal and professional. Additionally, readers will also dive into the creation of his iconic Magnum character and discover his real-life friendships with legendary stars like Frank Sinatra, Carol Burnett, and Sam Elliott. But until then, we could still look forward to watching the first part of Blue Bloods' final season on CBS. And with that, we're wrapping up today's video about the life and times of the American actor Tom Selleck.